Look, this is why 90% of people are going to fail at anything they're trying to pursue, and it's because they lack consistency. Now, we know that to be true, and that's a pretty obvious statement, right? But why do they lack consistency? A factor that plays into that is the fact that they love to feel sorry for themselves and make excuses. You might be doing this too. I know I did when I was younger. I was like, bro, sorry, there's like mosquitoes everywhere. I was like, bro, listen, buddy, I don't gotta do this today. Like, it's just one day, you know? And this was when I was pretty disciplined at the gym too. I would just tell myself, like, it's one day, it's not that big a deal, like, it's fine. But that's when you have to detach yourself, right, from yourself, and ask yourself whether this excuse is actually valid or not. Is it valid? Is it an excuse? Or is it a reason? What is it? And I think the best way to know if it is an excuse or if it's a reason is if it hinders your long-term goals, especially if it's acting in the opposite direction of what it is you're trying to achieve. Let's say you're trying to achieve an aesthetic physique. What could act as a potential reason for why you would not achieve that goal? What would act against it? Maybe an injury. An injury is a good reason not necessarily not go to the gym, but not to work out that particular muscle group, okay? So you might have an injury in your shoulder and might think, well, I shouldn't go to the gym. I've injured my shoulder, but I'm hitting leg day, and even then I just shouldn't go to the gym. You know that's bullshit, right? Come on, don't give that to me. You know that you could still hit leg day. So in that situation, you have to ask yourself, okay, if I'm feeling bad or sorry about myself, or maybe like tired or drained, is that really, counteractive to my long-term goals? Is that a reason, or is it an excuse? And chances are it is an excuse. 90%, I'd say 90% of the time it's an excuse. Because guess what, bro, I see people in wheelchairs pull up to the gym. What could be your excuse? What could it be? You have to ask yourself that. And you might think I'm attacking you right now, but I assure you I'm doing this because you might not understand this or know this, but I wish someone told me this, because then I would realize that my excuses aren't real. It's all made up shit. It's all what my brain is trying to do to protect me from pain. Think about it, right? If something is painful, something like the gym, and it kind of hurts sometimes to keep going and push to failure, and it's like it just sucks and all that stuff, all these negative emotions involved with it. And so our brain tries to make up any possible excuse and sweet talk us into thinking that, we don't need to do this thing. But why it's telling you that is because it doesn't want to face the discomfort of whatever it is that you're about to do. But what you don't realize is that's why you hear the cliche quotes of there's growth in discomfort. That's why. So you have to think, okay, my brain is trying to protect me from this thing, so it'll make BS excuses, right? And then, so why is it trying to do that? Okay, it's trying to do that because it's trying to protect me from this feeling or this thing that it perceives to be as like sucking, or it's painful, and therefore I won't do this thing that I know I should, that's good for me, right? And so you have to break out of that cycle. Now, how do you do that? It's by observing your thoughts. And this takes a bit of conscious practice. It's like, okay, I just realized, wait, my brain's telling me I'm a little bit too tired to work out. Is that a good reason, or is that an excuse? And you have to be willing to ask yourself that question too, because if you don't, then your mind will let you get away with that. It will get away with that. And you will kind of not do that thing that is uncomfortable, yes, but that is the only way you're going to grow. I mean, the gym is the literal physical depiction of that. You literally have to go through the discomfort of pushing till failure to quite literally grow your muscle. You know? So you have to be able to ask yourself that question, and you have to be able to really reason with yourself and ask yourself, is this an excuse or is this a reason? Okay, I injured my shoulder, and some people, they've been hitting the gym for a while and they'll be like, oh, I'll do light shoulders, I've injured my shoulder. In scenarios like that, yes, that is a good reason. Why? Because if you keep working out your shoulder, right, and you injure it even more than it was, then it's hindering your ability to be able to reach your long-term goal even more. But being tired and stuff, it's not doing that. It's not really a good reason. Unless you have some sort of condition, of course, right? Some physiological condition or anything like that. I think those would be practical reasons, like your blood sugar is running low, things like that. Okay. But even then, bro, ask yourself, can you have some sort of maybe Gatorade to get you going? Like, could you really do that? Is that something that is a possibility? So that, how do you solve the issue? Don't try to go along with it and be like, yeah, man, I can't, bro. It's just so hard, and, I can't, I'd have to drink Gatorade for that or energize myself. It's like, okay, then do that. That's the solution. You figured it out. Try to be solution-minded too when it comes to this stuff. Your brain is always going to be against you. You have got to understand that. It is fighting you because the better half of you knows that you need to face discomfort for the growth again, right? But your brain is kind of programmed to think that, oh, pain equals bad. This sucky feelings and all these things, bad. Stay away, So it's a bit of a conundrum. And some things, yeah, you do want to stay away from, like the people that are negative and things like that, right? But this is quite literally like things, and you don't want to confuse that. These are some things that you need to indulge in the discomfort of to actually grow and become better. So just be very aware of your excuses, man, because your brain will lie to you, and it will convince you that, you don't need to do this thing. It's just one day, right? And then one becomes two, and then two becomes a week, and then, now all you know is you've quit altogether. So just be careful. You might not realize it yet, but I'm saying this for your benefit, bro. Because I'm not benefiting off of this. Why would I create more competition for myself, right? Think about human nature. If I let you get away with making the excuses you did, you'd just be like, I'd be the one winning because I know I'm staying consistent. I don't benefit off of telling you this from a human nature perspective, right? Think about it. Think about it. Sit down, think on that, and try to understand, try to think about the times you've made excuses about certain things that you're avoiding, because your brain's probably lying to you, and it's probably especially lying to you about the degree of discomfort that you'll face when you do that thing. Because I've sat down and things seem a lot scarier. Like for me, studying or trying to do my work seems so scary. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna sit down there. But when I actually do it, and I'm just like, wait, this is fine. All I gotta do is sit down and prepare myself to just sit down and then start working, and then you become enveloped in the zone. So it's not all that your brain makes out to be. Your brain makes this huge thing about how it's going to be so painful and so bad for you, because again, it is trying to make you avoid doing that thing. Stay woke, all right? Take it easy, y'all. Peace.